Perfect. I'm
All
happy
right,
about
so
that.
welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you for coming through for real. It's definitely
Thank you for having me.
a pleasure to have you. I read um your initial message. Congrats on the new relationship. I see you.
Thank you.
I see you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so where we gonna start at? Okay, we let's let's start with let's get to know you. Who are you?
um, well, I'm Char, Charmaine, Char for short. I'm 36. I'm a single mom. Um, I live in Florida. Um, I'm a poet. I love poetry.
Okay.
Art imitates life, so all my experiences can be seen in my poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm just out here living,
Just out here
trying to
living.
be happy.
Yeah, that's wrong
I've
with
been
it.
through
Hey,
quite a bit though, so but
what got
yeah.
you into poetry?
Well, I've been writing ever since I was a kid, to be honest.
Okay.
But I started with like short stories and like imagination type stuff. I didn't really get into poetry till I was like late teens, early 20s, and obviously was a a situation with a guy that just opened the floodgates.
Yeah.
And ever since then I've just used writing as an outlet, but it wasn't anything that I was gonna like share. It was just it lived in my journal just for me.
Yeah.
But then just in the past couple of years, I've decided to like just open up and share online, and then I do open mics and stuff like that now. So
Okay.
I guess I've just gotten more confident with myself and being okay with being vulnerable in public. So yeah,
And here we are. I appreciate
here
it.
we
That's
are.
good. That's what's up, though. That's good, though. That's good. Go
Yeah.
ahead, do the snaps. Let's do the snaps. We got the snap.
Yeah, yeah, and speak poet and all of that, and I love the connection, that my poetry it's very relatable to other people, and it makes me feel less alone. It makes me feel like I'm
Right.
not the only one going through things.
Yes.
So,
I get the
yeah,
same similar feel through my music for sure.
yeah. Well, music is
Same
poetry,
thing.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what's up. All right, so let's
Mhm.
let's let's get into it then. Let's get into it. So go ahead and start where you want to start at.
Um, as far as this relationship or relationships in general?
Okay, well I got a couple questions. Okay, I started off. Okay,
Okay.
so you say you're a single mom, so you got how many kids you got?
One daughter.
One daughter. Okay, how old is she?
But I was married previously,
Okay, so you
so, uh
previously married. Okay,
mhm. Yeah, I was married for about, 5 years,
okay.
and from that relationship, I had a daughter, she's 4, so she's just starting school, um, so yeah,
What happened
that's where
there?
I came from. Huh?
What happened there in the marriage?
Well, I realized that the marriage was an adoption ceremony, and I actually needed a partner and not a son.
Oh shit. Okay.
No. No, I we I feel I don't have any animosity towards my ex-husband. Like, he loved me until he couldn't, I believe.
Okay.
I think that around the time that I met him, I was just in a place where I feel like if I had met him currently, we would have never had a relationship. But the time that I met him, I was in a place where, he was there for me when no one else was. And I'm not going to take that away from him.
Okay.
I met him like 6 months after I had gotten out of a domestic violent abusive relationship.
Mm.
And that was actually my first relationship, the
Your
abusive one.
first one was domestic violence?
Yeah, and I was in that
Damn.
for like a year. Yeah. So it did a number on
I'm
like
about to
my
say I can only
self-esteem.
imagine how that just already
Yeah, like when you
form your
finally get somebody to choose you, and then after that, the only reason why they chose you is to do harm to you.
yeah, that's
It kind of
tough.
messed with my mind a lot.
Yeah, that's
And
tough.
so when I met him, I was 6 months out of that. and I was also going through things with like my family and all of that, so I really didn't have anybody.
Okay.
And so he was, yeah, no, he was there for me. And he had his own issues too, but you kind of look past red flags and stuff, especially when you need people.
Yeah.
Um, so he provided what I needed at the time, and so I looked past a lot of red flags. And but we were together for a long time. We had fun, but then when you have kids, or when I got pregnant and had my daughter, it was like, okay, I chose this for myself and I'll put up with a lot of things, but she doesn't deserve that. I'm not gonna put up that, for her. So that's when I was like,
Why did you
well,
choose to put up with those things? I gotta ask because I hear women say it all the time. Y'all, I mean, y'all consciously choose to, put up with the things y'all know what's right and what's
yeah, I
wrong.
mean,
You
I
know what I'm
think it
saying?
had a lot to do with my self-esteem, and like if it's
Okay,
not gonna be him, like who's it gonna be? Like
okay,
I was I had a okay, so I was plus size for a long amount of time. And then I lost a lot of weight. But when I met him, I hadn't lost weight. I only did that in the past couple years. So I had self-esteem issues. I had um, I just didn't think nobody else would want me basically. And he was nice. He
yeah,
wasn't he's not a bad person. He's
they
just,
never are.
immature. Yeah, not bad. He w and I was like, "Well, he's not hitting me," you know? So, there was that thought process too, but,
Like that's the,
um,
yeah. Some people think
yeah.
that's the only type of abuse if you don't ever really know what's
Right.
going on for
It's like,
real.
he's not cheating on me and he's not hitting me, so, like, but those aren't the only things that make a relationship work.
That's a fact.
So, yeah. So,
That's a
I
fact.
mean, my
Okay.
marriage didn't end because of infidelity or any kind of domestic violence, but he liked to lie and he didn't like to work. And I was the breadwinner for most of the relationship, all of the relationship,
Hmm.
and I got tired. Like, I only have one child.
Yeah.
I didn't birth
Yeah.
I didn't birth. I don't have a son. I only have a daughter, so I'm
So
only
you
gonna
had the
take care of
child with
her.
him, or
Yes.
okay? So
Yes.
what did you? Was that just something that just kind of happened, or was that planned?
Well, I didn't even think I could get pregnant, to be honest.
Mm.
So because like I said, we were together for 5 years. I didn't get pregnant till like 4 years into it.
Okay.
So into the marriage. So she was a surprise. I mean, I wanted to have kids because like you're married and it's like that's the next
Yeah. Yeah.
kind
Of
of
course.
course of action. So yeah, I wanted
Right.
that, but I didn't really think it was possible because of my physical, health and stuff like that. So I was just one of those things where I just kind of gave it to God, and she came on the scene. So
Got your little blessing though. Got the little blessing though.
yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
hey.
she was
At
definitely a blessing.
least you got that out of that though. That's for sure.
Yes.
For
Yeah, and I
sure.
wouldn't change anything, just to get her
Just
out
to
of
get
it.
yep.
I don't regret the relationship. It's a part of my story, and
Yeah.
we are our experiences. So yeah,
Right. Right. Okay. So
yeah.
the next part of your story.
Yes. That's when I kind of did a lot of work on myself. That's when I lost all my weight. I started, getting healthy and all of those things. So I think I originally met my current boyfriend. Um, it was in 2021. So it's probably like around 6 or 7 months after
Okay, hold
after
on.
I
Now,
separated.
before you get there, not to cut you off, before you get there, can you
Hmm.
speak to the mindset that you had to like get into, like, getting yourself healthy and just, just taking the time for yourself to like, just
Hmm.
heal and, try to just, just be better than the old you, just to be a better
Yeah.
version of yourself. Cause I don't think a lot of people do enough for that. So when I hear
Hmm.
somebody talk about it, I would love for you to like just how did you get into that mindset? Because it might help somebody else out.
Well, originally, I'm gonna be honest, I had weight loss surgery.
Okay.
Um, originally I had weight loss surgery because I thought that was a part of the reason that I wasn't getting pregnant. And it was. Um, I have PCOS, which is a hormonal condition that I'm just always gonna have. But
Right.
it kind of it it makes you susceptible to type 2 diabetes. It makes you susceptible to miscarriages, like all the yeah, makes it very difficult to get pregnant. So I was trying to deal with that originally. And like I said, I wanted to have kids. So that's what my original mindset was.
Right.
And that was before, my marriage ended. But my ex was not supportive of that journey, because he was attracted to plus size women and he didn't want me to lose weight.
I know you fucking lying. I know good and goddamn well you lying. He said, "Oh, I want you to be healthy." You
Yeah.
know, no,
Well,
he can't get healthy.
we didn't say healthy. He was just like, well, I'm not attracted to skinny women. Because he's very skinny. Like he was like 120 pounds soaking wet. So we look like the number 10 standing next to each other. We were a 10.
He said, "I need Big Mama." Okay, all right.
Right.
Hey, everybody
So
got their preferences, I guess. Okay,
right.
all
And
right.
and that's fine.
I just think that
But
I just think, damn, that's a little shallow. I just feel like once you with somebody, you know what I'm saying, you've been with this person and they transforming, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I
you
would
would
think
you
that you would
think
see
you
the
want to be
beauty
there
in
for the glow
that.
up.
Like why
Yeah.
you don't see
But
the beauty in that?
yeah. He just wasn't here for it. So, but the way that the process worked, it's not like you could just walk up in there and be like, "Hey, I want to get surgery," blah blah. Obviously, there's qualifications that you have to meet
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So there's like a process, especially with your insurance and all that. So I was going through the process, and while I was going through the process, I ended up getting pregnant naturally. So that kind of like cut it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I got to focus on this other thing first. And
Mm,
then, so that kind of put everything on hold. And then after that happened, after my pregnancy and all of that, that's when I started it up again. Um,
okay.
because after I had my daughter, then that's when the high blood pressure started happening. That's when like I didn't have diabetes, but I was like pre-diabetic and all the health stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to be here for my kid. I don't want to die. Like
Yeah.
so that's when I started doing it more for myself than for, just for the sake of having kids. So yeah, so then I started that process again. And I don't know, I wanted to to be healthy. I wanted to have a certain look. I'm not gonna lie. There's a physical quality, a part of it as well.
Of
And yeah, I
course.
just wanted changes. So that's what kind of got me into the health kick or whatever. And also when you start a process like that, you have to go like you're required to do like nutritionist classes,
Hmm.
um, a mental health examination and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So
So you got to be
getting
dedicated to
into
that for real.
yeah, so when you start getting into that, obviously you're kind of like they talk about like emotional eating and they talk about like,
Yeah.
how everything affects, everything else. And so obviously when I'm going to these classes, when I'm going to these doctor's appointments, it's kind of making me rethink my life and the way I view food and all the things and just health in general and exercise and all of that. So I ended up losing like 50 pounds before I even had the surgery.
Right. I was gonna
Uh,
say it sounded like you was already about to be, you know what I'm saying, already gonna be losing anyway. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because I had to just like you have to rethink everything and just
Right.
rewire
It
your
start
brain
with the
because it's not
mindset.
yeah, it's not just like I'm about to do this surgery and I'm about to lose weight and then that's gonna be it. Like I could gain weight any day. Like
Right.
it's not like people always be like, oh, it's the easy way out. It's the hardest thing I ever had to do, you
You got
know.
to maintain it.
So yeah, you have to maintain it. It is a tool, that helps, but yeah, so I had to rethink everything. And so during that year that I was doing all of that, it was just kind of like just helping me get a different view on things. And so I ended up having surgery in December of 2021.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, it was good. And then
I
he
like
left
it.
before, yeah, my marriage ended before that. I think it was like August of 2021 that it ended. But honestly, a statistic is most people who have weight loss surgery end up getting divorced or breaking up with their significant others. Like
Really.
it's a big thing, actually. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I, ga- I mean, if I could just think of surface level, I would just guess like, I
Mhm.
mean, just knew you. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
just shedding
Yeah.
everything from,
Mhm.
I mean, like if you
Yeah.
shedding weight, I mean,
I think a lot
metaphorically,
of
you'll
it
be
is
shedding other things in your life too, you know?
yeah, I think a lot of it is sometimes when you don't have a lot of self-esteem and when you don't think too much of yourself, you kind of accept things that
Yeah.
maybe other people wouldn't. And so now you're like, "Well,
I
I'm
ain't
a
got to
10,
take that.
you know?
Yeah, I ain't got to take that. You got me
I ain't gonna
fucked
take
up.
that no more."
Yeah.
There was a lot of that, but that wasn't I didn't want that for myself. I wanted, I wanted it to work. So, I didn't want to leave, but yeah, I had to make that decision for myself.
Well, you know what? I applaud you. Goddamn, I like it. Kudos, congratulations,
Thank
because
you.
that's refreshing to hear, and that's it's good. You you took the time for yourself. You
Mhm.
bet on yourself, and you did the proper work to get where you
Yeah.
at. You seen yourself,
Mhm.
and you seen yourself looking a certain way, and you got there. You know what I'm saying? Are you on your
Mhm.
way there? Are you still working?
Yeah.
Or but you
Yeah,
the
I'm
best
still
part
yeah,
is
I still gotta
maintaining
maintain it. Yeah, yeah.
the best part is
It's
that
a
you know that
everyday
you got to
thing.
maintain it. It ain't
Mhm.
just no. All right, I'm done. I'm good
It's
now.
not. No, it's not.
Right. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, yeah, so then I met this new person in January of 2021 and like I knew immediately that he was my person. Like
Yeah.
3 months into it I was in love, but that's because I'm a certified lover girl anyway. So, of course I was probably delusional.
I'm about to
Of
say you
course I
just
was
lead with your heart too much, yo. Dog.
yeah, my heart sits right here on my shoulder. But like honestly, I'm not going to lie. Um, he was the type of person that I have always wanted to be with my entire dating life. So I believe that I have been settling since the beginning.
Mm.
And so when I met him, I was like, yes to whatever you suggest. Like he before he could get the words out, I'm like, yeah. But obviously, he was not in the same space at the time. So that was the hardest part because I don't know, I just knew like there has never been like we never fight, we never I mean we have disagreements. But the vibe is always 10 when we're together.
hmm
But I couldn't get him to be consistent because he didn't want a relationship. So the consistency wasn't there, and that's where the disconnect happened for a lot of that. And it was me like being like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but my heart doesn't want to.
hmm
So yeah, I spent a lot of time like, well, I'm not gonna fuck with him no more. I'm not talking to him no more. Like I love myself. But then I'd be right. It was a lot of that. I'd be right back. I know what I said, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like,
Let me
yeah,
ask you,
it was a lot of that.
how do you know he's not settling now? So you want it? He said you want it now, right?
Yeah, he wants it
How do you know
now.
he's not settling?
I don't know.
Just a real
And I
question.
was
You know,
nervous to
just a
have this
question.
conversation because I was like, he might ask me things and poke holes in my relationship, and I'm gonna be
And that
like,
ain't even what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm here to do. But
I know, I know, I know, I know.
these are things that I just they just pop in my head, and that's why I even
Yeah,
made
yeah,
the platform, because these are questions that I see online. I see people talk about it, but
yeah,
I'd be in the comments like, well, why you do that? Ain't nobody responded to me. So you know what? Let me just get a
yeah.
camera. Let me just do this myself and see who want to come up and answer some of these if they
Right,
can.
right.
But it's not to poke. I'm not trying to poke holes, but
No, no, no. I
it's to
understand.
see stuff in the unfiltered perspective. Hence, that's the name of the platform,
Yeah.
and so
Mhm,
that's why I was just say, because me knowing men, and
mhm.
I used to be ain't shit. I'm not saying he is not shit and
Yeah.
nothing like that. I
Mhm.
just we can settle very easy for what's
Right.
convenient and what's
Mhm,
always been around.
mhm.
So if you always have presented yourself, and I always know that you're gonna be there, even if we go through stuff on and off, at the
Yeah.
end of the end result is still, I can still talk to you. You still, you know what I'm saying? The energy
Right.
ain't never really wavered off. It could turn into a all right, whatever.
Mm,
I do it. You know what I'm saying?
I hope
That's just
not. I
something
hope
that,
that's not what it is,
yeah,
but,
me neither.
there was
That's just a
a time I
reality
mean,
that's out there.
I had a relationship in between the time
I
that
was gonna ask you that.
I did. It didn't last very long.
Why not?
But I did have a relationship because there was the time that I was like, okay, I have to stop this.
You just gotta chill
This
out.
is
Yeah, I
madness.
feel you.
This
Yeah.
is madness. I hate myself for
Yeah, I
this.
got to
I
chill.
don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So
I got to chill out.
I
Yeah.
tried to put my foot down. I really did. I tried several times to put my foot down. Um, but the problem was when I would say, okay, I'm not doing this no more, and I would try to date other people, but you start comparing other people to that person. I kind of put him on a pedestal and like he don't make this person don't make me feel the way he makes me feel. And if it's not that, I don't want it. And I'm
Mm,
not the type of person that is attracted to a lot of people a lot. You know, like
yeah.
I so when I feel it, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And nobody else was making me excited. I was just bored. I was like, I can't.
I understand.
Uh,
Hey, I understand that. I really understand that actually.
The vibe is the vibe is the vibe. I don't
Just
know.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, but I did end up meeting somebody who was reciprocating the energy that I liked, and he made me excited. And it wasn't something that I was pursuing because I'm not the type that you know. I mean, I respond to messages. I don't like ghost people or anything, but like I just don't like. He had to actually do the chasing. I
Like, yeah.
wasn't like. Yeah, especially after the situation that I had with this other person because I'm like, I'm not gonna chase nobody all for them not to want me anyway. So, but he did. He put in the work. Like,
So with
we
the other guy now, you didn't feel like you was chasing with him?
no, he pursued me
He pursued you? Okay,
completely.
got you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And so I was like, well, okay, well, I'll give it a chance. And I actually felt excited about him and like we had good times and it was great vibes. And then he just ruined it.
Oh Lord, damn.
He just ruined it. I don't know why he decided to blow it up. He just did.
What
But
happened?
oh my god, it was so dramatic. It was so dramatic. My life is like a movie.
Come on, what happened? It can't
Okay.
have been that. Let me see.
Okay, so and actually throughout that relationship, my current boyfriend was trying to like message me and talk to me, and I'm like, I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. I'm dating someone else, blah blah blah.
Mm.
So so I was being very respectful of my new situation. But no, we dated from about November to February. That's how short it was with
Damn.
this new person.
Yeah.
November was great. December was awesome. He even came to my like I had just met him and he came to my house for Thanksgiving.
Oh
Like
man.
that's how yeah, it was like but it was just natural. It didn't feel like we're moving too fast or anything like that. It just was natural a vibe. And plus I'm just nice anyway. Like if I know that somebody lives down the street and they're alone and I'm
You're gonna
having
invite
people
him
over
over.
and lots of food and stuff, like come over. Like who cares, you know?
Yeah. No, that's
So it
real.
was like that. It
That's
wasn't
real.
really like, yeah. So yeah, we had a great New Year's, all the things. And then my daughter was out of town with my parents because I live in Florida, but they live in Alabama. And so sometimes they want to come get her for a few weeks or whatever. So um I had to go get her. And his living situation was he had a roommate and and they didn't have any problems. They got along, but obviously when I have my own place, I have a nice 3-bedroom house. I got cameras in here because it's, me and my daughter, we keep it safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he was not working, he was obviously with me at my house.
Hmm.
So I had to go get my daughter, and it's a 7-hour drive from Jacksonville to Alabama. And he asked if he could stay in my house while I was gone. And I'm like I said, I'm maybe I was naive. Maybe I was naive. I would take accountability for my naiveness. But we're together
Oh
all the
yeah, I can't.
time.
I can't even. I can't even. I. I can't knock you. I
We're in
can't
a
knock you.
relationship.
I
Like
can't
this
knock
is
you. I
my
can't knock you.
boyfriend. This is
I
my
can't knock
man,
you.
you know?
Hmm.
I wasn't thinking that he was gonna like
It depends on what.
then.
What he do?
So I'm minding my business. I'm just living my life like la. And then so obviously, look, I have different cameras in my house. I have a camera in my living room, I have a camera in my kitchen, in
Oh,
my
this
garage,
man has
my
stole
daughter's
something.
room.
Lord Jesus.
Nope.
Oh Lord, he got caught. Oh, how you do that with the cat? Okay, I'm be quiet.
So I'm not a stalker, but it is my house, so
It's
I'm gonna
your
check my
house.
cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check my cameras. I got a doorbell camera. You know, I try to keep it safe around here, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
Yeah.
my cameras. I'm not home.
Yeah.
You're in my house. I trust
Yeah.
you, but like, it's somebody in the
Absolutely.
house,
Absolutely. That's what they're there for. That's what I got them for.
right? Exactly. So while I was away, I got a notification. Well, I even before the notification, I had checked my cameras a few times and I witnessed like some concerning conversations with females. And I was just like, huh, okay, well, that's different.
In your house, though. I mean,
In my house, I have the cameras. They're not hidden. Like you can see them very clearly when you come in. So I'm like, okay,
oh
all right, that's
man.
interesting. But I'm not a jealous type of woman. Like maybe I should be more jealous, who knows? But I didn't panic at the moment because like I don't know the context of the conversation, even though I don't know. I'm making excuses, I guess.
I'm about to say,
But
what did you hear that even had you like, bing, that's different?
I didn't hear the whole conversation because, like I said, I wasn't like watching it like that. But
Right.
the when I popped in, he was talking to some female, and she was saying her throat was hurting, and then he was like, "Well, you must have sucked the wrong dick, right?" And I was
Ah,
like,
yeah.
"Okay, that's weird." And then that's what he said. And then and then she was like, "Well," because it was on speakerphone, like he was talking to her on speakerphone, so I could hear her responses, and she was just like, "Well, I don't like to suck dick." And then he was like, "Well, you ain't had no problem when you was sucking mine."
Oh.
And I said, "Well, that's interesting."
Oh, oh my
And that
gosh.
was the conversation.
Okay.
I don't even remember
All right.
I just that's what I remember from the conversation. Because this was a while ago. So I was like,
Ooh,
okay,
man.
I'm gonna take that note. I'm gonna save it for later.
Mental
Back
note.
in my-
Yeah.
and then it was weird because then later that night, we talked throughout the day because we always talk, and he was acting normal. There was nothing weird or anything. But then I got notification that my cameras was offline. The one in my
Yo.
living room.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hell.
The one in my living room. I'm in Alabama,
I would have
minding my
blew
business.
everything up.
I'm in Alabama, minding my business. Uh, I see that I got a notification my living room camera is offline. My kitchen camera is now offline. The one in my daughter's room was working fine. He didn't go in there. And that was it. So I checked them and like before they went offline, obviously I could see like what happened like
Yeah.
right up to the point
Right.
that they were off. And I literally watched him like disable them like with my eyes. And I'm like
Like you walk right up to the camera and disabled it. You
yeah,
fool. Like I'm not gonna see you walk up to the damn
yeah.
camera. You fool.
And he did the one in the kitchen first. So I saw him from the living room do the one in the kitchen, check it 3 times to make sure it was off, and then came around and I'm like, and then he came around and did the other one in the living room. Like you would think that he would do at least the one in the living room first, so
Right,
that
so
he
you
wouldn't.
can't catch the other. Oh my lord! Like, oh, you know you bad when motherfucker gotta tell you how to do bad shit. Like you got to tell you how to cheat right. That's crazy. That's wild.
So I was like, okay, like, and this might have happened maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. And we actually had a conversation after that because we spoke like around 11 o'clock. He was like, "Oh, yeah, babe, I miss you. How is the trip? Da, 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 da." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm good. Like, how's
Yeah.
everything there? Is everything? Oh, everything is great. I can't wait till you come home." All of that. And I'm like, "Okay." So I was like, well, I don't know. I'm rationalizing my mind. I don't know what he is planning, so I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna tell him that I've seen what I saw
Oh,
because I
you
want to
might have
know
been
how
thinking
far.
like he might have been planning something for you or something.
I
You
didn't
know
have
what?
any
My mind would have
idea.
never went there, but that could have been a possibility at the time before you knew what you knew. But
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know what he was where I just wanted to see where he was going with it, just to be honest. I
since
was
you already
curious.
seen what you saw, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, let's see what happens. I'm just watching it. It was like a TV show. So so then I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. We had our little good night conversation, whatever. So I go to sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a notification that my door is opening and closing. So I check the cameras. The obviously the living room and the kitchen one are not working. He has also put something over because I have a doorbell camera. You can't turn those off.
Yeah.
He put something on it to cover the doorbell camera,
What
so I
the?
couldn't see. Yeah. But I also have a garage camera, so it
Oh, you
showed
got
that he
cameras
left.
everywhere. Oh, you cammed up in that thing. You cammed
I
up in
do.
there. Oh,
I
he
have one in
he
just
was
in
done
case.
from jump. He was done from before he started.
So, the way that my camera is in the garage, it's perched up high, so there's obviously like a window there. So
Mm.
I saw that he pulled off and left, and I was like, okay, if you leaving, that's fine. I don't care. 4 o'clock in the morning, you're not in my house, whatever. But then he comes back like 20 minutes later, and I'm like, okay, maybe he went to the gas station. So I see him come back. I get a notification, 4 o'clock in the morning. I get a notification that my door is opening and closing again. And so I'm like, I know he didn't. I was like, I know he didn't bring anybody in my
Bruh,
house.
no,
I
hey,
know he didn't.
bruh.
That's not what happened. That's not what
Bruh.
happened. So I have, like I said, there's a camera in my daughter's room. Obviously, he's not in there, so I can't see anything, but I still have audio. So
Now
I
look,
turned
now look. He would have been sir, you would have been a dirty, dirty, dirty dog. You would have went in her daughter room
right.
and turned that. You would have been a real, you already dirty, but you would
Hmm.
have been a dirty, 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 dirty
I just think
dog.
he
You would have went
wasn't
in that
thinking.
daughter's
He wasn't.
bedroom and turned that cam
Yeah.
off in there. You'd have been crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one was still active, but the way her room is, it's literally right next to the
But you
living
can
room.
hear.
So I could hear. So I turned the volume all the way up. I'm like, I'm just praying. Maybe I hear the TV. No, it's not the TV. There's a woman in my house, and I
That's
know they're smoking because then they start coughing and doing all of that. They're talking, kiki, and laughing, and I'm like, I cannot sit up here and listen to him fuck some other woman on my couch. Like
yeah, that's
I can't
wild.
do it.
Yeah,
I can't. So that's when I called him 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, did you bring somebody in my house? Like, what's going on? He's like, what? No, the cameras are working. What are you talking about? Like,
this is where niggas this is where I disconnect from niggas.
mhm,
I, it's like a kid. Like,
mhm,
you got look at what I'm asking you. Look at what time I'm asking you what I'm asking you.
mhm,
And think
mhm.
about
And
what
not
the
only
fuck you
that,
about to say to me. You think
yeah,
about what you about to say to me. You finna tell me my camera's off or they still
right.
working.
Don't believe what you see. Believe what I'm telling you.
Why you in my house? You in my some of
So,
y'all is crazy, bruh.
yeah, so I'm like literally shaking in
Yeah.
my bed 400 miles away with anger because you're not about to okay, it's one thing to cheat, but now you're trying to play me for a fool cuz I'm stupid. I was smart before I was pretty. Don't play with me. Like,
Hello. Oh, hey, there.
don't play with me.
Yeah.
Like, you are not about to play with my intelligence right now. So I said, please leave my home. I was rather calm to me. I could have called the cops. I could have set the alarm off. I could have done all that stuff. And I
Yeah.
was tempted. I really was. I was like, siren. I could just press the
What made
siren.
you
Like,
not do it?
I don't know.
Cause I ain't
I was
gonna lie. I
like,
think, ladies, when y'all hear this, what y'all would have did? What y'all called the cops, bruh? I think y'all
somebody's
would.
in my house. They broke in.
Yeah,
Please.
called a
Like,
brother. You called your brother. Somebody coming over there.
yeah, but I mean, I believe if he hadn't had left immediately, I would have, but I wanted to give him that chance, like, "Get out of my house,
So he
leave,"
did
and
leave.
he did leave. He took his stuff, he left, and that was the last time I saw him, but, it was funny because I was, like, in a panic, like, and I was, like, I was angry. I was
My
very
man,
upset.
man.
My blood pressure was high. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep after that. So, as soon as I kicked him out of my house and hung up the phone at 4 o'clock in the morning, I immediately called my current boyfriend and he picked up.
I ain't gonna lie, fellas. Look.
And I was like,
They got a
"Hi, like, what are
roster,
you
fellas.
doing?"
This be a roster. Everybody got another one. They got another one somewhere. He in the tuck. He playing his role. So, not all of y'all, but look, y'all hear it. Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, but Buddy fucked up though. But Buddy already fucked up though. So I
Yeah,
can't
because
even.
I
Yeah,
had been being respectful the entire time. I've been telling him I can't talk to you. Like, I'm in a relationship. Like, we can't. No, no. You had your chance. You
but you
blew it.
knew,
All of that.
but you knew though. But you knew. See, this where I got that. Why y'all do that? Why do y'all
Do
do
what?
that?
Do what? I didn't do
I mean,
anything wrong.
cause I don't fully know what the fuck. I mean, like cause you didn't cut him off. It's not like you cut him off, but you just let him know what's going on. But like he wasn't cut off. I don't know. Did
What
you
do you
just
mean
stop
he
talking to
wasn't
him
cut off?
altogether? You never talked to him while you was with the dude?
No, I didn't. I didn't talk to him like. I mean, hello, how are you doing? You
No,
know,
see,
it was
you
nothing
can't do
inappropriate.
that. You can't
It
be
was a
hello, how you
conversation.
during the
Are you
motherfucker you on
alive?
and off
Are
of
you
with?
dead?
Huh?
You know, are you alive? Are you dead? Are you well? Are you healthy?
You can't be
I'm
doing
in a
that while you with
relationship.
somebody else.
I didn't talk to him multiple times. It was one conversation for closure. That's what it was. I stopped talking to him in mid-October, right after my birthday, and I met my new person at the beginning of November.
Okay.
So yeah, so then he was calling me after that to like try to, and he called me a few times, and then so I did pick up one time, and I was like, look,
You had to let
we
him know.
can't talk. I'm in a relationship. Like, you had your chance, you blew it, and that's what it is. And that was the only conversation we had.
Mm-hmm.
Did he try to keep talking to me? Did he try to text me? Yes. Did I respond? No. Okay.
But
So I
but
was
but but you should have blocked him until you got up
I
out of there.
blocked him so many
Because
times.
you can still because you still seeing what he's saying, so you know it's still there. It's still there. That's why you was able just to go whoop, right to the next, just like that. That's why you was able to do that just like that.
I mean, you can't turn off your feelings. Like,
Right.
I've loved this person for years, and I just had to wrap my head around the fact that I just like he doesn't feel the same way. So I have to move on. I don't have a
I got
choice.
you. I got that. I feel
So
that.
it's
I
not like
understand that.
I
I understand that
I
though. I
love
do.
him.
I'm talking shit, but I understand that though. I do understand that.
Yeah, so I didn't do anything inappropriate. It was a conversation for closure. That's the only conversation we had. Um, but yeah, like I I was in my feelings at that moment and
Right.
I needed somebody to calm me down.
Right.
And he was that person for me.
Right.
Like, he answered the phone just as cool as he could be. Like, his voice,
Hello,
his
baby.
voice,
What's
his
up,
voice
baby?
went down the back of my neck, and
Say yeah. What's up, baby? Oh, what did he do to you?
it was that. I
What did he
was
do
like,
to you?
I miss you, you know.
I miss you too. You came to your senses now. We gonna do this for real now.
Like we talked for like a I didn't go back to sleep. Like that day I was just we talked for a couple hours and like but I was still like
Oh
it was
yeah.
just a crazy situation. Like
Yeah, that's
it
wild.
was
Nah, like all jokes aside, that's wild. That's wild as hell. So let
it
me
was.
ask, like, so you didn't have no like no like he didn't present no red flag before that or nothing that he was on
No,
any type of
no. When I tell you that like everything was natural and he was so sweet to me, he was so nice and everything. This came out of left field. Like when I left town, we were in a great place. And especially since my daughter had been out of town, we actually had time to spend together and I felt like we had
yeah,
bonded even
bonded.
more. Yeah, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be gone for like 4 days, but I can't wait to come back and like
Right.
hang out and da da da." Da." So this came out of left
Yeah,
field.
that's wild. Yeah.
And I took it personal because,
As you should.
um
Well, I mean, how else would you
yeah,
take some shit like that? You
yeah,
personally
because
just was in my house, personally fucking on.
the reason why is because I have never been, like I said, I'm not a jealous type of a woman. I don't go through people's phones or nothing like that. Like, if you are giving me all the things that I need,
You ain't
I
got
feel like
nothing to look
ignorance
for.
is yes.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel that.
why
That's
am I going to crack or try to look for holes and ruin a good
it's
thing?
something
Like, we're in
that
a good
that's a
place.
fact. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like I said, if he had left my house when he left at 4 o'clock in the morning and didn't come back, I wouldn't even have asked a question. Like, he could have
Right.
decided to go home,
Just
like, he
dip.
coulda
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but the fact that you wanna bring it to my house, it felt very personal, it felt disrespectful, it felt like, "Okay, so I'm glad I'm finding out now," because I would be mad if it's been a couple of years or some time and then some shit like
Did
that
you see
happened.
yourself like you seen yourself down the line? Just like I know you say, so you got it in your mind you had to move on from buddy that you really want to be with. So
Right.
after that, did you saw yourself like with this dude down the
Yes,
line,
so
like years
he
that you
was
could see
really the
yourself with
first
him?
person that gave me the same feelings that I had gotten from,
Okay,
the first person. So,
yeah,
I was like, "Okay, this could really work, like, I'm engaged, I'm locked in."
yeah,
So, yeah, I was excited about everything, I was excited about the relationship, I saw us going places,
mm,
and then he
man.
decided to blow it up. Like, he literally decided to blow it up.
I
And
mean, just
I really believe he thought that he was gonna get away with it
oh,
because
absolutely. He went through all of that. He thought
Mhm.
he had it mapped out. He had it mapped
Yeah,
out. He had that
yeah,
mapped. That's crazy though. So
and
that
I
ultimately
just
led you to
yeah, my love. Yeah, so I when I came back in town, because this all happened, I guess, fairly recently, this was February, that this took place. So, when I came back in town, yeah, I saw him immediately, but it was still sort of like the same type of relationship that it had been prior to.
mm,
So I
it
would
was
say it was more like a rebound, but
mm,
obviously my feelings have always been involved when it comes to him. So I don't feel like it was really that much of a rebound because I feel like rebounds are just like, you don't
just
really
trying
have
to
real
yeah,
feelings
yeah, yeah.
for, someone. But I actually, care about him a lot. And I think he's a really good person. It would be so easy to move on if I hated him, if he was a bad guy. But he's a decent guy. And I'm just like, why just can't why? Why?
You think you
Are
letting
you
your
think
heart
it's
move like take over and do too much over your mind? You think you all heart no mind? Well, not all heart no mind, but like do you think you moving more with heart than mind right now?
right now, currently, I think in the past, yes.
Well, I
Because
mean, like leading up into now, because y'all have made it official now, right?
yes.
Up until that, that is what I mean.
Yeah, like immediately, of course, I was in my feelings from the past little relationship, if you want to even call it that. The blip, the
The blip.
blip. So, yeah, I was in my feelings and but I think that I just wanted what I originally wanted. So I guess in my mind, I was just like, well, I'm just gonna I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to do things his way. Which is probably a bad it's not great, okay?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Come on now. Come on now. You know that. You know that. You know that. You already know that.
It's not great. But, like, what else was I gonna do? Like, I didn't want anybody else. I tried to move on, and that failed. Like, I don't know. I guess be alone. People people always talk about, like, self-love, self-respect, self-esteem, all of that. They fail to talk about the part where it's lonely.
Yeah.
Self-respect, putting yourself first is a a lonely road.
Rather be lonely though than hurt though.
True,
You know what
true.
I'm
I
saying?
agree.
And I'd
I
rather
agree.
be on this road trying to figure out who is who
Mhm.
before I be hurt
Yeah,
again, you know?
yeah. But I think and I agree with that. I don't think you should just give your time to anybody, but I feel like there are exceptions to the rule. And and he is my exception. Because I don't think um I know I sound like I probably am a pushover for him, and I am
You are.
willing to admit,
You
yes,
are.
that I am, because no one else gets away with the things that he gets away with. Like,
But is that
I
good though? Is that good though? Is that good though?
um,
You are not what you essentially are saying is I'm lowering my standard and letting him fall short of what I actually don't let nobody get
for
away
at the
with.
time, for at the time, yes, I would say it wasn't good, but,
Yeah.
and I'm willing to admit it. I'll take
Yeah.
accountability all day,
Respect. Respect.
but at the same time, literally no one else can get away with the things that like I remember when I tried to move on to other people and they offered me the same type of situation that he was offering, and I just blocked them, ghosted them, deleted them. Like, no, because why would I do that for you and I don't even love you? Like, who are you
I mean,
to ask
you
me?
gotta grow to love people though. You can't just. I mean, you
I
gotta grow.
know, but like,
You gotta grow into that though. See, what I little some low key think like you. I don't. Besides, dude,
mhm,
when you said the whole, comparing and all that,
mhm,
that's a real hindrance to the next person that tries to get with you because you
true,
got this man on this pedestal who really should have had you on the same pedestal when you were
true,
showing him pedestal energy. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
and it's like now you just I don't think first of all I don't think nobody should be able to get away with stuff that we just ain't cool with.
no,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
And
mhm,
that's for the love of my life. That's for everybody. That's
right,
just what I'm gonna stand by. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And if you rock with me and you love me, you're gonna abide by that. That's just that. So
right,
I don't gotta
mhm,
let you get away with nothing because you shouldn't want to get away with this dumb shit. You understand what I'm
right,
saying? So
mhm,
that's how I feel. And when you put somebody up there like that, like I know this man know how I know he know this too. And
mhm.
that's a I'm not saying he's using it, but it could be a tool used against you, your
Yeah,
own heart. Your own heart being the tool used against you in a way
right.
where it don't seem like it's being used against you though, because you just so head over heels for somebody who
Mhm.
could potentially have just settled now. I've been out here, I ain't want no relationship. How can I do? Like
Yeah.
it could be like that, but it could be also like he realized, like, you know what?
Mhm,
I ain't found nobody else out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Could be, but
mhm.
I don't know. When you say stuff like you got to do stuff his way, where's the compromise?
Well
Where's the median? Where's the middle ground though? Because I don't think I don't like that.
well, I wanna say that the relationship that we have now is exactly what I wanted it to be. Like, I'm getting my way. It's not as if, like, now
Okay.
that we made it official, I've seen him, like, change. And not because of me. I I mean, I have requirements, obviously, in order for me because according to him, he asked me months ago to be his girlfriend,
Do you
and
remember
I
that?
said no. I said no because huh?
Do you remember that?
What did um,
You said according to
I
him.
think
Do you remember him saying that?
the way that he communicates is different. I have to
Uh, What are you
When
speaking in
somebody asked
code?
me, I think he believed when he said, "Are you?" Apparently, we had a conversation. I remember the conversation, but I didn't take it the way that apparently he was meaning it.
Hmm.
Like he asked me if I was ready to be in a relationship with him, and I said, "I don't think we're there yet." But according to him, that was him. Maybe according to him, that was him asking me to be his girlfriend. But I think he was
Uh,
kind of testing the waters,
yeah,
like
that's what I would say. That is kind of like fishing a little bit. It's a little,
yeah, just to
that was
see
a
like
little
where I'm
bait.
at because he has his ego and he doesn't want to be rejected, that kind of thing. But to
See,
me,
but look.
when he asked,
Oh, well, no, go ahead. You're right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say when he asked me that question, I said no because I I didn't make it didn't make sense for me to just have a title. I'm like, I don't want a title. I want to spend more time with you. I want to be more
Yeah.
consistent with you. Like I want us to actually create memories and do things. Like
Yeah.
if we were going to do that, you don't even have to call me. I don't care what you
Girlfriend,
call me.
boyfriend. Well, yeah.
Right. I could
Yeah.
be your little green monster in the corner. If you treat me the way you treat me, I'm going to be happy and I'm going to be fine. I don't want just a label, you know. And so that's what I was saying. So I said until like I see these things, I'm not going to say yes to a relationship with you. And so then he started exhibiting the things that I wanted and then, when he asked me again, I said yes. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you fear that he will stop exhibiting
I
those things?
mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't have a fear in the back of my head that the other shoe will drop. Um, but you kind of just have to, I
Is
guess
that a
that's
fear?
what
Is that there by default? Because we just know that that could happen, or is this something that he has produced, like a fear that he has produced? Because this is somebody who you say nobody, you ain't don't nobody else make you feel like how he make you feel. So, is
mhm,
this something that this a fear that himself produced, that where you feel like, man, that other shoe he might go back to that situation bullshit that I ain't trying to be on, and you know what I'm saying, and stop now that he didn't got the best of me because I just said
mhm,
yes now. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Is that by default? Because I could say that everybody might feel like that, by default. But
True.
if nobody else make you feel like him though, is that something that he created? You know what I'm saying? It's a little different.
Well, I don't I feel like it's been so much of a shift since we've become exclusive that I really think that he takes it seriously
Okay.
with the label and everything. I feel like before we had that, he really was like, well, that's not my girlfriend. So, you know what I mean? I can kind of like get away with X, Y, and Z. And he's never been disrespectful or anything like that. Like he would never do what old boy did. At least I would hope not.
I'm about to say
Um,
don't speak so soon because that happened to you. Like, and I don't
I
think you ever thought
know,
that
but
that would
like
ever
I've
happen
known
to
this
you. You know what I'm
person
saying?
for years in
For
comparison
sure.
where I've known
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
person
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
over time. Like I know your character. I
Mm-hmm.
know who you are.
Right.
Even if it is not with me. He's been very um intentional with what he tells me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Good.
and I because I'm a woman still, so I'm say some crazy shit like, well, fine, I'm gonna go do what I want to do, blah,
Oh
blah.
Lord.
And
Oh Lord.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I get emotional, and he doesn't seem to like waver based on my fits. So that makes me
You be saying some
feel
crazy stuff.
not that much. I'm just your average woman. It's not that serious. I'm all talk anyway, you know. I'm too lazy. Honestly, I'm really lazy to be honest. I just be at home, me and my daughter, work out every now and then. Don't do nothing.
I feel you. So
But
so you
but
say it's
yeah,
going good though now though. So you getting everything you want out of it right now though.
yeah, yeah, right now. But I will say,
Okay.
I think there is a part of me that has to. forgive him for taking so long. I don't want to say that I'm resentful because that's a strong word. Um, but I will say that, I mean, yeah, I feel away. Like, why did it take you so long? For what? Because we're still at the same place where I knew we was gonna be from month 3. And now it took you 2 years to get here when I've been here. Like, why are we wasting time? You
That's
know?
what make it. That's what I'm like. Because as a man, you feel me? Like I like.
Yeah.
Had to have my fun now. Let me go ahead and. But that's subjective to how you look at that though. That might not
Mhm.
necessarily be a bad thing
Yeah.
if he got all his fun out and now he, all right, I'm good now. Now I can be
Mhm.
with her for real because I might have did some dumb shit on her, so now I'm
Right.
good. Could be looked at like that. Could
Mhm.
be, or it
Yeah.
could be like, all right, well, nothing else out here is working for me.
Well, I mean,
Just never
it
know,
could be that.
I think
I
those are
just
the
have to.
chances that we take though with love though.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I just have to trust the way that he makes me feel, and he doesn't make me feel like he's settled for me. Um, a lot of the things that he says was, and I know he could just be spitting game, but but he tells me he thought that I was too good for him at one point. But like I said, that could just be a line.
Hey,
Um,
I would keep it real. I don't know. I mean, does that just sound movie-ish? I just always felt like that line sounded very movie-ish.
but like my
Um,
life is a movie though. I just told you what happened.
yeah,
And that's like,
I don't know. My bullshit radios always go up when I hear like those like cliche lines and stuff like that. That can be, I mean, that's a very nice way to flatter you and get out of some shit at the same time.
maybe
But also, again, could be that.
I
You
could
know,
be delusional.
he
Who
could be a
knows?
man who realizes, his worth wasn't as much as yours or something, and feel like he wasn't gonna be able to do what you needed him to, based on what you required and what you was expecting. So
Hmm.
yeah, it could be
Yeah.
that. I'm hoping. Hey, look, I'm hoping for the best though.
You and me both. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, I'm hoping for y'all. Yeah, we need more love out this thing though. I ain't gonna lie, we need more love out here for real. So you
Yeah,
see yourself with him for the rest of your life. You want to get
I
married to
do.
him?
Um, I feel that because I was married for a long time, for 5 years. Um, I feel like marriage.
I should ask. That was probably a better question. How do you even feel about marriage now? That's probably a better question. Yeah.
Um, I am afraid. I'm not afraid of marriage. I'm just honestly, I don't want to live with anybody.
Oh
I like
Lord.
my most favorite part of a relationship is when I have my space and the other person has their space and we can choose to be together and maybe we miss each other and we want to spend time together. That is my favorite part of any relationship.
That's
So
different.
I'm gonna.
That's different. That's why I'm glad I made this pod because I just get to hear different people like
Yeah,
how
because
people like look at relationships and what they value more. Like you value your space a lot.
I didn't know that I was gonna feel like that though, because
Well, that's
obviously
based on
ever
your
since I
journey
was
though.
young. Yeah. Ever since I was young, obviously I always wanted a relationship. I always want to be married, have, the happy ending and all of that. And then through my marriage and my experiences prior to, I was like, oh, this ain't what the fairy tale said.
Bro. Be fucked up when you see that fairy tale just
Yeah,
a fairy
but we
tale.
didn't we didn't get back with Cinderella to find out after how it was going. We didn't know if Ariel wanted to go back to the sea,
Nah, for real. For real though. Yeah.
And so I guess after everything, I remember I felt like I never had a place for like when I was in my marriage and we were going through different things, and I would just be like, I got to get out of here. But there was nowhere to go. Like I had to like go to the other room or go to the gym. Or I remember one time we had a fight and I left and it was late at night and I was riding around the city and I was like, oh, I'm finna go for a walk. But then I was like, damn, it's late. Somebody might kill me. I can't even go. And
It's
I
messed
realized,
up because you got to think about that though. Damn, but
yes. And I'm like, damn, I can't even go to the park and like look at the water because I might die. Like, and then that's when I realized like I really value my space just to decompress, just to have a minute. And what I realized when I did finally, because I didn't get into a relationship until like 3 years after my marriage, what I did realize is I've kind of gotten comfortable with without not that I'm doing anything, but I when you obviously in a relationship, you have to check in with your partner. You gotta say, hey, I'm going here. Not that you have to ask permission, but just give a heads up
man,
and
you
all
starting
of
to
that
sound like a
stuff.
real free bird out here. You free bird
Yeah,
out here, free soul. Char the poet, baby.
yeah.
That's what this is. Yes,
Or
Lord, come
even
through.
just not even having to think about somebody else's feelings. Like it's just me and my kid. Obviously think about her, but like now that I'm in a relationship, I have to even before when I was in my other relationship, it was like, okay, like what do you want to do? Like how are we what do we do? And it's just like, oh, it's not just me.
You're a unique person because you so head over heels for this guy, but it's like you ain't because your
Be-
space like really like it's like I guess you could just be both, but I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
I just ran this. Maybe you just got the perfect balance or something. But it's like a polar opposite of like because when you say you don't want to live with nobody, like okay, so what happened? Do he feel the same way? Are y'all on the
he's
same
calling me
accord?
right now.
Huh?
He was calling me on the phone right now.
Oh, I'm weak. Go
What's the
ahead, pick up. Go
question?
ahead, pick up. Hello.
Okay, hold on. Hello. Hey, can I call you right back? Okay, I'm gonna call you like give me some time, like 15, 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, bye. Love you.
He's about to be
Anyway,
like, what the hell?
he was like, that's long. 15, 20 minutes, that's a long time.
Hey, I like that he just called though. I do like that though. It's
Yeah,
like it's not like evidence, but it's like evidence a little bit.
yeah.
A little
No,
bit.
no, like we're in a really good place. Like
That's
I'm
what's up.
happy. I'm happy.
That's what's up. But
But
back to
yeah,
the
you were
question
asked,
though.
huh?
Is he in the same space as you with the whole living apart? Because
So
I
so
just
so this is a new relationship.
uh-huh, 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 uh-huh.
We're not
Uh-huh.
even 30 days in, so I don't think we need to just jump ahead,
Wait, but you know this guy already though.
I
This
know.
is somebody
I
see
know. I
that
think I've expressed it. I think I've expressed it before. I mean, I'm sure at a certain point I'm not going to be able to stall forever.
hold on,
Like,
but you don't think already with a guy you already been knowing for years. Y'all been on and off. You know what I'm saying? You got the feelings been there. You don't think
yeah.
that you should disclose that's just something that because like
It's
I
not
don't
that
know.
I'm
Maybe I'm
against.
under the wrong impression because it seems like maybe it's not as serious as I thought it was. Maybe not because you're
Yeah,
saying
I'm not.
it's
I'm not
fresh,
saying that
but
I'm never gonna. Obviously, if we're gonna do this forever, at some point I'm gonna have to fold and be like, okay, fine, let's get a place, whatever.
mm,
But I don't feel
right
the
now though,
need
no.
to rush. Yeah, I feel like I'm happy in the space that I'm in, and I'm taking it day by day, and I'm not rushing anything.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I feel comfortable where I'm at, and I don't feel the need. Yeah, I'm comfortable
So if he
until
be
I'm not.
like, so if he be like in like 3 months, like, man, I've been knowing you for years, man.
That's insane. 3 months is wild.
I'm just checking, just checking, just see
That's
how quick you fold.
crazy.
I just want to see how quick you fold now.
No, no, no,
But
no.
look though, this the love of your life though, baby. I want to move in with you. I all that space and stuff. I don't want that no more. you can have your space, however you need to have your space, but
Mhm.
I want to live together. I want to be the man of the house with you. I want to provide it. I want to do all this and do all that. What I mean, it's gonna come. I mean, it's gonna come.
Yeah,
I mean, if he fuck with you, it's gonna come,
right. I'm
right?
sure
So
it's not gonna come in 3 months.
how you know that though? How you know? How do you know
I
that?
would just be like, what's the I would just start the conversation with what's the rush? Because you have me. You do have me. Like we
Mm-hmm.
have forever, you know? So
But he a man though. I mean, he ain't truly fulfilling his role though. He might not feel like
now
that.
how is he not? Like
It's just some men that might feel like that. I'm just throwing shit at you. I'm just throwing shit
I
at
don't
you.
think he's that
3
type of
months is
person.
crazy though. I should have
Yeah,
said
yeah,
something longer than that, but 3 months is wild. If anybody
yeah,
says
that is
something in
too
3
much.
months about moving in, red flag, get the fuck on.
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm
you
not
you
because
looking for shelter, sir.
yeah, right. You're homeless at this
yeah.
point. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you have family. Like I'll come and visit you where you're at, you know.
Mhm. Do you have
So,
do you see does he give you any red flags? This guy?
um,
Or have you been so head over heels you already ignored them all and then went past them all?
n- no, I feel like I really feel as far as he goes, like I feel like we both done and said everything to ruin it, and we're still together.
Okay, okay, but so you feel like y'all went through the worst already with the okay,
To me, yeah.
okay,
Um, so there's nothing like I feel very comfortable with him. I trust
right,
him, all of that. And I feel the only thing that it's not even a red flag. I just feel like his communication style is different from mine.
yeah. I
Um,
meant to ask you about that, like, cause you just said like his communication was a little different. So
right.
when he said the like, are you ready to be in a relationship with me? He was wanting you to take that as like, will you go out? Like, are you going to be my girlfriend right now?
Yeah.
So you
And
said
I
you
thought
needed
you
a
were
little
just
bit more
asking me a
intense. You needed
question.
a little bit more direct than that.
I need direct. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
a very blunt person.
He's
I
not
need
direct like that. He's
I it
or
depends.
just not direct enough for on like certain topics.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel like you can be indirect and be conversational, but like
mm-hmm.
when it's something that needs to be defined, then you
You got to
need
be
to
direct.
say
That's a
what
fact.
you mean.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But I'm very good about because communication is my thing. I'm a poet, so I have the words.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You're able to articulate it.
I got the words.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just try to say like when he tells me something, I'll say what I understand from what he's saying
Trying to
back to
articulate
him.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if that's what it is, then that's what it is. And then or when I'm expressing myself, I check in often, be like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" Da, da, da. And then sometimes he'll be like, "No." I'm like, okay, let
Like,
me
man, you
choose
just
some
said some
different
foreign
words.
shit, man.
Right.
No, straight up. Now, y'all do that sometime though. I don't know what the fuck you talking about,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
So yeah, that happened today. Like he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, well, let me say this more clearly. And then he understood. So
Yeah.
um,
Communication is
yeah.
key. So
Mhm. Yeah, but that's the only thing that I think, would present and it's not even a problem,
not
it's just
even a
something
real
that
problem. Yeah. Just something
yeah,
they're gonna
it's
have to
just
talk about for real.
yeah, or work through, you know,
Or yeah,
and
work through.
it's
Yeah.
I feel like, nobody's perfect, everybody's gonna have their thing, and you just choose what you can deal with and what you can't deal with,
That's a fact. That's
so,
it. That's it.
yeah,
Really simple.
yeah, I'm really it's so simple,
It really
especially
is.
with me, like
It's not as complex as people like
people
to.
wanna like, I just wanna be happy. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
yeah.
let's go make some memories, let's smoke, let's laugh, let's please each other, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, we go through ups and downs, but you know what I'm saying? That's where
Mhm,
the problem lies that is people don't care to go through the ups and the downs though.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
just want all the ups, but like
Mhm,
really what's
mhm.
gonna define y'all shit is the downs though. Like can you work
Yeah.
through this though? God, that's what really build
Mhm,
you know, in life period. Like when you go through the downs, you work through it to get up. Like that's what builds your character. That's what build
mhm.
you know what I'm saying? That's what shaped your mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
went through, I'm pretty sure you felt like you was at your lowest, but then you got right. You know what I'm saying? You was
Mhm.
reshaping your
Mhm.
mind, reshaping everything. Now you
Mhm.
healthy. You got right. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
now you're in the new.
Yeah.
Now you got the love of your life. Now you know let stuff manifest, and you just got to
Yes.
put yourself in the positions to, you know what I'm saying, do that. So I'm happy for you. Where my round of
You.
applause at? Yeah, where a round of applause
I
at? Yes,
know.
Lord. I like it. I like it. Um, before we go, I ask every woman that comes on, what is something that you want a male perspective on? Like, what is something like just
Um,
in general, like when you be talking with your girlfriends or seeing some on social media and you be like, why do men like, you know, like what like something you just like, why do niggas do that? Or what is
hmm.
that?
Shoot, I should have thought about this one. I didn't know. I think I think my biggest thing lately is why waste somebody's time. Like, for example, with the last thing, like he obviously did most of the pursuing. I wasn't checking for him. I was minding my business, living my life.
Mm-hmm.
And you come in here trying to wreck shit. Like, for what? For why? What's the reason? Like, let me do me. If you know that you're not in a place to, I mean, I'm not that pretty. I'm cute. Okay. But there's people that want what you want, and you can find them and they're there, and
Yeah,
y'all
it's those
can
people
do.
that want what you want too, and you got a house with all this, and he got yeah, that you know it's.
Yeah, maybe
I
that's
get
it.
what you I understand.
I just don't get why people, or men, to in my experience, why you got to go in and ruin somebody's life just for the fun of it.
And I can't even like, man, because it would look like it's just for the fun of it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? How else would you look
Yeah.
at it? How else would you look at it? I don't know. I mean, because some dudes might just do that. I really don't know on that one
Yes,
because I
because
can
let
say,
me tell you.
let me say this. I used to not be, I used to not be shit for real.
Hmm.
Way back. Um, I can't say I was deliberately just trying to fuck up girls' lives. It was more of a this is just where I'm at in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Hmm.
like you know if I'm set in my ways, um, I'm really not thinking about other shit. Some people might say I might have been a low key narcissist. Maybe it might be some like some narcissism there where
Honestly,
maybe
I feel that all men are selfish. I do. I just feel like men are selfish in general, and
why
you
you
just
say
have
that though?
to, because I've never met a man that has not put himself first, except for my dad. He's good. Um,
I know you fucking lying. I know you lying. I know you lying. I know she
I'm not.
lying,
My
y'all.
parents have been married for 40 plus years. My mom has not worked since I've been alive. I'm 36. She's a kept woman. Like,
So
he's
you think there
taking
ain't no
care of.
other men out here like your dad?
I've never
With the
met them.
statement, that's you.
I mean, maybe his
And
friends.
that's the
I
people
don't
that you
know.
be around. And that's the people that you attract around
Maybe I'm
you.
choosing wrong. I don't know.
Cause how can you
But
make a bold statement like that?
I've never met a man that has not put himself first. And
In what
even to a
aspect
certain
though? I got it.
extent,
Like
even
what
to a certain
aspect though?
extent, anything, anything. I mean, there's levels to it, obviously. I feel like there's levels to everything, but there's an underlying thin layer of selfishness with every male person that I know. And I have to,
Oh,
and
I
I
see.
have,
You gotta use the caveats that you know because you could go. I mean, I could just. I mean, how many? I hate to go this route. Ugh, and this is just for the lack of. I'm gonna find a better one. But how many girls do you see dying for their dudes?
hmm.
One of the most selfless acts. Men
Hmm.
have that job,
Yeah.
putting their life on the line every single day. So
Hmm.
to say that men are selfish, you never seen it when they got cops that put their lives on the line every single day.
But they like that shit.
Whether you like it or not, it's still you putting your life on the line for somebody
Yeah.
else though. It's still for somebody
Okay.
else though. And
But
these are
yeah,
men.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the cops, that's the military, that's,
But that's just people. I mean, hey, you can look up on Google men dying for their wives. They will put their life on the line for their wives. put their life
Mhm.
on the line for their family. I put my
Yeah.
life on the line
No,
for.
I'm not saying that they don't, but um I I and like I said, there's levels to it. There's people that have a great amount of selfishness. I have a level of selfishness, and then there's people that have no, they
So
have
then
none.
that would be
They give.
all people then, not just men, because you just can't you just put it all on the
Okay,
men.
I have a very good solid group of girlfriends, right? And I meet a lot of nice women, right? That aren't that way. I've had friendships that have lasted for years, and obviously, friendships are different than. I mean, there are all types of ships, relationships, friendships,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, but
Um,
selfish is
but
selfish though.
right, um, but I just have never with the guys. Um, there's just not anybody that comes before themselves, and I feel like with my girlfriends they put other things before themselves. And I sometimes have a little bit of envy towards that. I wish that I could
What?
just be like, no, what I want is what I want. And it doesn't matter what you say, I'm gonna do me first. And then if you fit into what I want, then okay, then you good. But if it doesn't fit into that vision that I have for myself first, I don't know
So
what
you
to
don't
tell
feel
you.
like you settling at all with this man? And when you say stuff like that, you don't feel like you settling a little bit? Because you said
Well,
that
I
if
feel
you
like
said that you got to deal with it. I peep what you said. You said all men got a level of selfishness. You kind of got to just deal with it. So
I
like,
just feel like
how you know this man ain't selfishly just? I'm saying, feel like he just. How do you know this man ain't just settling?
because I'm also I
Sweetheart.
like I said, I have a level of selfishness myself, and I know what I want, and I want what I want too. So I'll deal with your little bit of selfishness to satisfy mine. But I haven't always done that.
I think it's just the people that you choose to like
Yeah,
gravitate around and stuff. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I couldn't make a blanket statement like that about all women. You know what I'm saying? But you
Well,
did
and
about
and
us though. That's why I be needing y'all to chill on these blanket statements. Y'all say and then
I
I'll be
think that
y'all say
no
all this about
blanket
men, right?
statement
This whole thing, and then you'd be
for
like, oh, well,
situations.
I ain't never seen them. Damn, you. That's just
Okay,
you.
me.
But
I
there's
take that,
7 billion people in the world. It
and
is
I
7 billion people on this
need to
earth.
get outside more.
We outside.
Maybe that's
Nah,
my
but this was good
problem. I
though,
be
man.
at home.
Nah, this is
That's
good though.
okay.
I love talking shit, man. Don't mind me. But this was a good talk though. I definitely
Yeah,
appreciate you. You are officially my longest interview. Not even interview.
really,
Dope
because I'm
convo,
long
man.
winded.
This was
I just
good.
be talking.
Hey, look,
I
this
really
was
do.
good. I didn't even feel like we've been on an hour and 18 minutes. I didn't feel like that at all.
Oh, that's great. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
happy about
Yeah, I love talking to us. We in the same boat. Yeah, we in the
it.
same boat
Yeah.
with stuff like that. So
If you
I
just give
definitely
me a
want to just
platform, I'll ramble on and on.
thank you for coming on, man. And you always welcome. And you hear if you see me talking about other topics you want to come back
Mhm.
on, just hit me up. I'm always down. I'm always game for stuff like this. Tell everybody where to find you at.
Please follow me. I'm on Instagram, Shar the Poet, and YouTube and TikTok. It's the same under everything. And yeah, most of my poetry is a lot of it is about my boyfriend. And I tell him, "You gonna make me rich. You gonna make me rich."
You better use him as a
So,
muse, girl.
right, he is my
Yeah,
muse. A lot of my situations, like that I've been through, I just use it, I put it, and I write it all down, and people like it. So
yeah.
yeah, follow me, find me there. Yeah, that's it.
This was fun, man. I definitely
It was
appreciate you
fun.
coming through, man. Anytime, man.
Yeah, have me
Anytime, man.
back.
You
Have
have
me
a
back.
great
No questions. I
rest.
got opinions on a lot of things.
Yeah, oh look, come back. Come back. Hey, and if you got friends who want to come up, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and tell their stories or whatever, I'm always game, man. I'm always game.
Sounds
I want to make
good.
this more of a community than just like a you know what I'm saying, like
Mhm.
the
Like a
connections.
one-off.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm
I
saying.
love that because that's why I do what I do, just to be relatable and have community and connect.
Yeah, I just that's just
Mhm.
we just need more of that. So I'm just gonna start trying to
Yes,
be
we need
that be
more
a
love.
vessel out there. I'm just gonna try to be the vessel that I
Yes,
be
I
complaining
love
that I
that.
don't see out there enough. So stop complaining, just do it. So I'm just doing it
Yes,
now. You
yes.
know. I appreciate you coming on, man. I'll see you next
Yeah,
time,
it was
okay?
nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, damn. I appreciate you.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye.
And then we have it another one, man. I appreciate y'all. That was a dope one right there. All right. I got some more to come. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Like all that. And come holler at your boy, man. For real. All right. Stay safe, stay easy, stay protected. Get them folk out your circle that ain't supposed to be there. Easier said than done, but it's definitely doable. So do it. I'm out.